No one in the village could believe it. Susan, the beautiful choir mistress everyone loved, the one who taught children songs and smiled at everyone. How could she be the same person who did these things that made people whisper at night? Susan was a woman who truly wanted to serve God. Every Sunday, she dressed neatly, her white blouse shining in the sun, her voice soft and sweet. But after church, something changed in her. It was like another Susan woke up inside her, a Susan she could not control. She tried to stop many times. She would cry in her small room after everyone had gone to sleep. She would kneel and pray, God, please help me. But by the next day, she would fall again. Her problem wasn't that she didn't love God. She did. It was that she couldn't stop her own body from wanting things she knew were wrong. Susan's life looked perfect on the outside. Every morning, she walked through the market, smiling and greeting people. The traders loved her. The children always ran after her singing, Auntie Susan, sing for us. But when the sun went down, Susan's smile often faded. The same woman who stood in front of the church leading worship would sometimes end up in places she had no business being. A small guest house behind the market, or the home of a man she barely knew. It started the same way, a harmless visit, a friendly talk and laughter. Then before she knew it, she had fallen again. Afterwards, she would feel empty. She would wash her face, kneel by her bed and whisper, God, I am sorry. I won't do it again. But the next week, the same thing would happen. Some nights, she would cry until her pillow was wet. Why can't I just be normal like others? She asked herself. She even thought of leaving the choir once, but her love for music wouldn't let her. Singing was the only time she felt close to God, the only time she felt peace. During choir practice, no one could tell anything was wrong. Her voice was strong, her smile bright, but deep inside, she was tired. Tired of pretending, tired of falling, tired of living two lives. She once tried talking to a pastor from another town. He prayed with her, told her to stay strong. For a few weeks, she managed to stay focused, but temptation always found her again. Through kind words, small gifts, or loneliness that crept in when the night was too quiet. On weekdays, she worked in a small tailoring shop near the junction. She loved her job. It kept her busy and helped her forget her struggle for a while. But sometimes customers will come, mostly men, who noticed her beauty more than her sewing. They called her Sister Susan with respect, but their eyes said something else. Some would compliment her voice or her smile, and she would blush, not because she liked it, but because it made her feel seen. She often felt lonely, and those little words made her heart soft. One of the men, a married customer, once started bringing her food and small gifts. He told her she was special and that his wife didn't understand him and that God must have joined their paths for a reason. Susan knew it was wrong to even listen, but she did. Slowly, that friendship became what she never planned. Every time she gave in, she promised herself it would be the last. But the same thing kept happening with different people. Sometimes it was a church member who offered her help with transport. Sometimes it was a young man who claimed to love her voice. After each mistake, Susan felt worse. She would take her bath and sit quietly, staring at the wall, wishing she could erase what happened. She started avoiding mirrors because she didn't like the person she saw. One Sunday after service, the pastor called the choir for a short meeting. Susan tried to act normal, smiling at everyone, but she could feel the strange looks from some of the members. People were beginning to suspect something. When she stood up to lead the closing song, her voice shook. She sang, Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. But deep inside, she felt like a liar. That night, she couldn't sleep. She sat on her bed, staring at her Bible. Her heart was heavy. Maybe I should leave choir, she whispered to herself. But then, She thought about how the children looked up to her, how the pastors always said she was a gift to the church. A knock came at her door. It was Chuka, a drummer from the choir. He smiled and said he wanted to check on her. Susan knew she should tell him to leave, but she didn't. By morning, she was filled with guilt again. She covered her face and cried. Days passed. The gossip grew louder. Some said she has been seen with more than one man. Others said they saw her walking home late at night. One afternoon, while she was cleaning the church, Mama Grace, the woman leader, walked in. Susan, she said softly, people are talking. I don't want to believe what they are saying. But if there is something troubling you, talk to me. Susan's eyes filled with tears. She wanted to speak, but shame held her tongue. She left. The next morning, she went to the shop as usual. But something felt different. The traders who used to call her out didn't greet her the same way. Two women near the fruit stand whispered and looked away when she passed. Her stomach turned. She could feel the eyes of the village on her. Later that week, during choir rehearsal, Chuka tried to talk to her again. Susan, are you okay? He asked, pretending to be concerned. I am fine, she said quietly, without looking up. But deep inside, she was angry. Not at him, but at herself. She remembered the night he came to her house and how weak she had been. By Sunday morning, the whole church had heard the rumor. Some people said Susan was suspended from the choir. Others said the pastor would talk about her that day. Please subscribe and watch out for part 2. It will be posted soon. Thank you so much.